Hey everybody, today is Thursday, October 20th, 2022, and we're here in Trapp, Pennsylvania on this very, very, very cold morning. The fall weather is definitely upon us. It is chilly out right now. I am already freezing, but we're here to take a look at something kind of interesting, something I've always wanted to pull over and check out. I've driven past this many times. I can't even talk right now because I'm so cold. I've driven past this many times, and I've seen the sign for it, and I always thought I have to pull over one day and see what exactly this is. We are at Rambo Park. Yes, Rambo Park. Now, I have a feeling that this is not named after John Rambo. No big die-hard Sylvester Stallone fan went, you know what? Let's name it Rambo Park. Apparently Rambo is actually I guess not common, but a somewhat common name in this area. In fact, I actually met a girl one time who worked at a bank. She was a bank teller, and she was taking my money and whatnot, and I saw her name tag said, whatever Rambo, and I said, oh, Rambo's your last name, that's interesting. And then I made a joke about how somebody in her family should be named John, and she goes, well, actually, my brother's name is John Rambo, so, all right, bad joke to be making to her, I suppose, but, so yeah, apparently the last name of Rambo is somewhat common around here, so I have no idea who this is actually named after. Tried to do a little research on Rambo Park and couldn't really find any information other than the fact that there is a park here. That was about it. Couldn't find who it was named after, who it's dedicated to, but apparently somebody with the last name of Rambo, I'm assuming, has a park dedicated to them, or maybe just the town of Trapp, Pennsylvania just happened to be huge Sylvester Stallone fans, but I'm thinking probably not. But as you can see, we're actually walking through like houses right here. There's a house there, there's a house there, there's some businesses, and between them is this little pathway. This is actually how you get to the park. It's kind of weird. It sits behind all these houses and all these businesses, and all of a sudden, as you can see, it opens up. I've never seen this before. This is you're seeing this for the first time, just like I'm seeing this for the first time. Look at that. I had no idea this park was actually hidden back here behind all these houses, behind that, right off that major road right there. Who knew? You walk down a little path and all of a sudden it opens up into this. I honestly had no idea this sat back here. This is awesome. This is actually pretty amazing. This is a nice looking park. I guess it kind of makes sense. I looked at an aerial view of this park. What's this say? Keystone. Rambo, here we go. Rambo Park, Main Street connection. 2016, land donated, yada, yada, yada. No information on why it's called Rambo Park, but there is a little placard right there. I'm already shaking. I'm sorry for the camera shakiness maybe in this video, because it is early in the morning and it is still very, very cold out right now. So I looked on an aerial map of this park, and it's very weird because it is, think of it as a city block, or well, maybe I'd say city block. Think of it as a town block, a city block. It's a very large block. It's not your typical town block, even though we are in a town. It's not your typical town-sized block. It's a very, very large block. There's a road way down there. There's a road way down there. But all surrounding this entire park is actually houses and businesses. So this kind of sits like just randomly in the middle of this giant block, if you will. They actually have, there's a road right over there. There's a road. And if you need to clean up after your dogs, you're good to go. Look at that. Doggy Pot, the smart solution for dog pollution. I like the rhyme. Look at that. That is awesome. And again, oh my gosh, I'm getting so cold. My hand is shaking so much right now. Look at the giant, whatever that is. That is a huge like buzzard, or not. That's not a hawk. That's not an eagle. That is some kind of big, scary looking buzzard. I want to go walk in the sun right now. Walking in this shade is making things very, very cold right now. Again, the fall weather is upon us. There's actually a lot of people out here right now walking their dogs, walking around, getting some exercise. Probably thinking, what is this guy doing walking around filming the park? But I'm excited to see this park. Like I said, I had no idea this actually sat back here behind all these houses, behind all these businesses. Never in a million years would I think, oh, behind those houses is a park, is a giant park. I never would have thought that, because who would think that? Who would think that behind a bunch of businesses and a bunch of houses, you just randomly open up into a giant park in the middle of this kind of sort of large block, if you will. This is interesting. I'm gonna have to bring my son out here because they actually have a playground. Look at this. There's a playground out here. This is pretty awesome. You can actually walk our dogs out here. The problem with this park though is I'm not entirely sure, maybe over here. We'll have to look. I don't know where you actually park to come to this park. Where do you park to get to the park? I have no idea. I actually ended up parking behind a business, which I'm going to assume is probably not allowed. Richard L. Franks, Lion Club. So I'm assuming that parking in a business parking lot to come out here is probably not the way you're supposed to do things, but I had no idea where to park. Look at the pond here. I did read they had a frog pond. This is probably the frog pond. Look at that. Don't see any frogs. My guess is they're all hibernating at this point. Frogs hibernate, right? I believe frogs are hibernating creatures. Look at that. That's awesome. I love me some nature. This is really cool. Oh yeah, caution, frog pond. Frogs don't play in your house. Please do not play in theirs. So you can come out here, you can actually look for frogs. You can see if you can find any frogs, but do not actually play in the water. I mean, I would say I don't know who would want to actually play in that water, but you know, kids are weird. Kids would definitely play in that water. But again, the frogs don't play in your house. Do not play in theirs. Keep out of the frog pond. That's awesome that there is a frog pond here. That is really cool. So again, this is really neat. You can hear they're doing some construction work over there. Right behind these trees here, there are more houses. So again, this is just sort of a weird park that sits right in the middle of like the backyards of all these houses and all these buildings here, all these different organizations. This is crazy. This is awesome. This is so cool. So glad I finally got to pull over and check this out. I'm very curious if there is a place to actually park over here. It looks like there might be, which would make sense because again, I don't know where you would park to actually come out here and enjoy yourself at this park. They got Playland. They got Playland Safety. This playground is designed for children 5 to 12 years old. Adult supervision is required. This is pretty nice, actually. They got a nice slide here. Look at that. Decent sized slide. All kinds of fun stuff to play on here. Not the biggest playground I've ever seen, but not a bad playground. Definitely gonna bring my son out here sometime. Walk around. Maybe when the weather gets nice again, I'll bring him out here. We'll come play on the playground. There's all the different states. Look at that. Where are you from on this map? Leave a comment down below. What state are you from? So definitely have to bring my son out here when it gets warmer. Play on the playground, play on the swings. Go check out the frog pond. That'd be fun. Oh, but it's really cold right now, so I'm probably not gonna bring him out here now. Look at the buddy bench. Look at this. Buddy bench. It's got some bears on it. Is that Buddy the bear? Love for Logan. Stay wild, little bear. So I don't know if Logan passed away or something. Project is your playground. Buddy bench. Be a friend to make a friend. Buddy bench rules. Only sit on the bench if you want someone to play with or need a friend. Oh, that's actually really nice. If you see someone sitting on the bench, talk to them and include them. All right, yeah. It's so cold. And unite them to play. If you are sitting on the bench and someone invites you to play, say yes. That's actually really, really nice. I like that. So if you're out here, you're maybe by yourself. Like let's say I bring my son out here. My son usually makes friends very quickly. But let's say I bring my son out here and you know he doesn't have a brother. Maybe he didn't bring a friend. Maybe it's just me and him out here. But he's thinking, I want a little kid to play with. You can sit here on this bench, and another child who's maybe here by himself or just with his parents who doesn't have a friend or a sibling with him can come over and sit with him and say, hey, you want to go play? And they can play and be buddies. That's actually really cool. I like that. Good idea. That is neat. And it does appear that there is actually a little bit of a parking lot over here. So that's good to know as well. It's not a very big parking lot. If you ever came out here and it was quite crowded, there wouldn't be much place to park, but ooh, it's like spongy material I'm walking on right now. Sorry, there's a little bit of a parking lot right here. That's good to know. Now I know for the future. I just gotta find this parking lot. That is good to know. I don't have to park behind a business next time. There's some Rambo Park information over here. Pretty awesome. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. Just wanted to bring you out to Rambo Park because I was not familiar with Rambo Park. I'd never been to Rambo Park before. Wanted to just walk down a little trail in between the houses and check this place out, see what Rambo Park was all about. And it's actually pretty awesome. Here in Trapp, Pennsylvania. Definitely gonna bring my son out here sometime so we can play. And look, you can actually get yourself a book. Look at the free library. All kinds of cool books in there. That's neat. That is pretty awesome. Leave a book, take a book. But all right, guys, like I said, I'm gonna let you go. I'm freezing. It is very cold out right now here in Rambo Park in Trapp, Pennsylvania. It is very cold. The fall weather, the winter weather, I should say, is actually, the fall weather's here. The winter weather is coming, and it's crazy, ridiculously cold out right now. And I'm officially frozen. My hands, I cannot feel them. I should get some gloves, some of those gloves where you can like touch your screen, right? I should get some of those gloves so my hands maybe at least stay somewhat warm while I'm vlogging for you guys on these cold fall/winter days. All right, guys, gonna let you go. So thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Definitely check down below for links to Patreon. If you guys do become a patron, I will send you a postcard every single month. Also check down below for a link to Spreadshirt, where you can grab yourself retro rest stop t-shirts. Proceeds both from Spreadshirt and from Patreon do get help putting gas in Vanabelle and Inside Pumpkin, so we can come out to fun, interesting places like Rambo Park, a park named after a Sylvester Stallone character, but probably not really. But anyway, very cool. Very awesome. I love exploring with you guys. I love finding interesting things like this. Places I've driven past. I mean, literally, I've driven past this park hundreds, if not, no, I would say thousands upon thousands of times. But I've never pulled over to check it out. I've never walked down that little path. I've seen the sign. I've seen the Welcome to Rambo Park sign, but I've never actually pulled over to check it out. I'm so happy I did with you guys. Brought you guys out here. Again, I love exploring with you guys. Have you ever been to Rambo Park? If you have, leave a comment down below. All right, again, I'm gonna let you go because I'm freezing. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you are subscribed or you do subscribe, I will see you in tomorrow's video. All right, have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.